Hello guys, we are back again. In the last session, we took the path less taken, that is to understand the basic definition of startups. Today we will throw some light on factors which make or break a startup. I think I have already mentioned it, if not in this program, I guess into other programs like basic of fundraising or maybe into a business plan as well. And again I mention it on my social media channels, majorly onto LinkedIn, that startup is a huge machine with hundreds of moving parts, and if there is a problem with any one of them, even the smallest of the cog into the machine, the startup will fail. Let's leave the thought here. It is job of a founder to keep his or her machine wild and functioning. To find out the parts of these machine and the smallest of the cogs is the job of a founder. Today here now we will be talking about the factors which are like essential for calling your venture a startup and for its survival. So let's start with the first one and go back to the PPT. If you can see the screen, the first part is team. For any startup, team is the nut and bolt of the machine which keeps it together and makes sure that it keeps running. Once Peter Thiel mentioned into his book that if your initial team is screwed up, you will never be able to succeed with your startup. And if you don't know who Peter Thiel is, just go and Google him. There are a lot of ways to identify the right team for a startup. The best one that I have seen into Indian context is presented by Ankur Warikoo. Though he created the framework for finding the co-founder, but I have tested it and believe that the framework is really effective for finding the right team as well, the core team of your startup. The entire framework is derived by three parameters, that is the skill sets, the ideas and the values. A lot of getting the right team also depend upon the style of leadership of the founder. Suppose the founder is a control freak. For him, different kind of team is required than a founder which respects the core skill of the core team member. You will be surprised to know the difference between the productivity of an average core team member and a good core team member is 27x. The productivity increases by 27 times. And when I am saying average, it doesn't mean that I am talking about people from tier 2 and tier 3 city, and when I am talking about good team members, they are from IITs and IIMs. The parameter at which a good team member is identified is the idea that he generates, the value system that he have, and the skill set that he have. And 27x, it is not a made up number from my side. It is a research which is done by Wharton School of Business. There are ways to hire core team members depending on the culture that you want to bring into your startup. To take an example, if you really want to move fast with your execution, hire friends, colleagues and relatives. They know you. So the time required for taking a decision and moving forward will be really less. On the other hand, if your product or services is something which is like creative in nature, try to bring in team members from diverse background. The more brains will be there from different background, the creativity of the product and the services will increase automatically. Diversification really helps with creativity. We have a complete class on finding the right team and how to identify the right talent and bring it on to your team in our business plan program. You can check that one, you can enroll into that, and there we have talked all about how to get the right team and bring in the right talent into your team and how to manage them. So let's leave it and move to the next point. If you can see on the screen, the next point is idea. We have already discussed a bit about the idea validation, and we are going to discuss a lot about it into the coming classes and videos. So let's give it a pass and move to the next factor. If you can see on the screen, the third is the market, which is like the most important factor of raising any startup. Market. If you are unable to capitalize that, you will be unable to get the sales. If you are unable to get the sales, you are unable to generate the revenue. And if you are unable to generate revenue, I think you all are intelligent enough to know that your startup is not going to survive. If you are unable to generate revenue, that means your startup sucks. So back to the market. As a founder, you need to have clarity of two things from day one. First is the product or services that you are creating. And second, the market where you are going to place it. If you are able to get the right market placement, 75% of task of raising a startup is done. In the coming classes, we will be discussing a lot about market sizing, also about target segment. Though instead of target segment, I prefer use cases more. If you are not aware about what use case strategy is, it is a strategy where you create a product for a case and the target segment of that product can vary. To take an example, take the case of an Uber. Uber is the best example of use case product. Uber never worked on the target segment. Uber only worked a case where you will be requiring a cab at the point where you are standing in 10 minutes. You book it through the app. That was the case. The consumer for that case can be anybody. It can be a student, it can be a working professional, it can be male, it can be female, it can be old, it can be young, it can be a drunken man, it can be a sober person. So we will be talking more about the target segment. We will be talking more about the market sizing, target segment and the use cases in the coming classes or videos. Now let's talk about the last major factor of raising a startup. If you can see onto your screen, it is the execution. And if you know me personally or through social media channels, you might be knowing that I am somebody who always talk about the power of execution. If you are going to execute it in the right manner, even the worst of ideas executed in the right manner can make you a billionaire, can make you a unicorn. So everything boils down to the execution part of your startup. Idea, product, team. If you are going to combine all three together, it is only 5% of raising a successful startup. The rest 95% is execution. For startup, it is execution, execution and execution. That's all. A lot of founders from the ecosystem, they generally fear talking about their ideas in front of the people, which is like really absurd thing. Ideas are like dime a dozen and you don't have any copyright over your idea. It is all about execution, which is going to either make you or break you. And execution starts with the business plan. So what is business plan? Business plan is your execution on paper. So until and unless you are going to have all these four major factors into place, even a validated idea is not going to work. As soon as you validate your own idea or get it validated through an advisor or a consultant, try to bring other three factors together for your startup. Once the idea is validated, try to bring in the right team, start working on exploring market, and then work on your business plan. I think that it is enough of GAN for the day. Let's catch up in the next class, and there we will talk more about idea validation as we are diving deep into these startups now. Till then, bye guys.